Hello, my name is Kate Jones, and this is my presentation for Module 1 for the Innovative Technology Integration class. So a little bit about my background. I have a bachelor's degree in journalism from Brooklyn College, as well as a master's in social studies education 7 to 12, also from Brooklyn College. I also briefly attended Seton Hall University. Work experience. I spent 3 years as a director of community affairs for a state senator before deciding that I wanted to go back to school to be a teacher. Most of that comes from me having worked with the intern program. It was mostly high school interns, and I really thought that I was able to communicate well with them. So I went back to school, and here I am, and I've been here ever since. St. Edmund Prep, which is a private coeducational Catholic high school. We have approximately between 500 and 600 students, and like I said, boys and girls 9 through 12. And I've worked here 9 years, mostly as a history teacher. I've taught every history class except for American history, ironically, because that was one of my concentrations. And I've been the IB Diploma Program Coordinator for 5 years. This year, I've also served as the department chair for social studies, mathematics, and religion, which has given me the opportunity to do observations and really kind of see things from a different administrative angle than the IB program. I'm a mother. I'm a mother to a 5-year-old with autism spectrum disorder and a pretty intense IEP, which keeps me well versed in that area. And my son Brian is 2, and he has some slight speech and mobility delays as well. I'm also a wife to my husband, Rich. So how am I using technology? The impact, implication, influence of technology on me as a teacher. On classroom instruction, it impacts me significantly. I do think that it opens up opportunities when it is done the right way. I do think that students are able to do more meaningful research. However, I do think that we're still figuring out the right ways to use technology in the classroom. Student achievement, it really depends on the student and how the teacher is using it. I think that for some students, being able to organize with their devices has been very helpful, whereas with others, it can serve as more of a distraction. In terms of continuous school improvement, I believe that because technology has been so prevalent, we need more teacher training, and that infrastructure will have to be built up better in order to better support advanced technology. So if we're going to really fully have an integrated technological classroom, the actual infrastructure needs to be built up to better support that advanced technology. How do I use the technology? A variety of ways, predominantly Google Classroom. I think I've become pretty good at understanding how to use Google Classroom, and I think I've been able to use it in a beneficial way. I'm also using Google Docs, Google Slides, and Google Forms. So really, we are a G Suite school, and I think I've gotten pretty decent at figuring out how to use it. And definitely my classes at FHSU have helped with that as well. I usually collect all homework through Google Classroom. This particularly in our freshman and sophomore classes, which are one-to-one with Chromebooks. In classes, I really only allow using their Chromebooks during activities when they're specifically needed, just because I feel that the freshmen and sophomores are more distracted than even the upperclassmen when it comes to the devices. Teachers seem to be using devices in different ways. So sometimes if they're really not educated on good ways to use these devices, really they're only being used as, fancy and expensive notebooks. And that really isn't helpful to anyone, especially because we find that sometimes the students aren't even taking the notes that they say that they're taking. We think that some teachers are using technology really well and others maybe not so much. Also doesn't help that we have some pretty flaky Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi goes in and out often. So if we are building a lesson around technology and all of a sudden the kids can't access that Wi-Fi, it puts us at a significant disadvantage. How can I improve my own practice? Well, I think that everyone, me included, needs more professional development in Google Classroom and G Suite. I think I've got the basics. I like to joke around that I'm old enough to remember a world where I didn't have a computer and young enough to know how to use it well enough. But I'm definitely not as well versed as many of my students are. And I think that I should probably work on that. I think a lot of that has to do with reading and researching. Reading articles on how to better integrate technology has definitely been helpful to me so far. And I'm also hoping that by taking this class, I'm going to learn more ways to integrate technology. A big part of it, if I am a building administrator, and I know that this is part of the problem for my current principal, is ensuring that the building can handle all the students on the Wi-Fi and ensuring that the building's infrastructure can handle a really great technological program. It is something that will have significant cost. Right now we have smart boards that are getting really old. We have, like I said, Wi-Fi that is flaky. I think that we will need to fix that. And that's it. Thank you so much, and I look forward to the rest of this class with you.